While he hangs there in pain, something very different is happening below. They cast lots for his clothing. Some parts of the crucifixion story feel enormous. Darkness at noon, a torn veil, the cries from the cross, and then there are details so small you could almost miss them. But sometimes it's the quiet details that reveal just how closely Scripture was already describing this moment. In Psalm 22:18, David writes, "They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots." At first it sounds simple, enemies taking whatever is left behind. But David separates it into two actions. Some garments divided, one garment gambled for. It's oddly specific, almost too specific, unless it's pointing somewhere. Now shift your eyes to the foot of the cross. Jesus has been nailed to the beams, the crowd is gathering, and the soldiers begin doing what they always did after an execution, claiming the belongings of the condemned. John 19:23-24 tells us they divide his clothing into several parts, which matches the first half of the psalm exactly. But then they get to the tunic. It's woven in one piece, seamless. If they tear it, it loses its value. And right there, in a moment that seems unimportant to everyone watching, one soldier suggests what David wrote centuries earlier. Let's not tear it. Let's cast lots to see who gets it. They're not thinking about prophecy. They're not thinking about scripture. They're thinking about a piece of fabric. And yet their casual decision lines up perfectly with David's words, down to the split between dividing and gambling. What's striking is the contrast happening in the same scene. While the soldiers are tossing dice for Jesus' clothing, the Son of God is giving something infinitely more valuable. They're trying to win a garment. He's offering his life. The difference between what humanity is reaching for and what Jesus is giving could not be clearer. John doesn't record this detail because it's interesting trivia. He includes it because it shows that even the smallest, most ordinary actions at the cross were unfolding inside a story God had already mapped. People who didn't know him, didn't believe in him, didn't care about him, still ended up moving in rhythm with the words of Scripture. And for anyone listening today who wonders whether God pays attention to the details, this moment answers that gently. If he can weave prophecy into the hands of Roman soldiers who have no idea they're part of anything meaningful, then he hasn't lost track of the small, quiet corners of your life either. At the cross, nothing is wasted, nothing is accidental. Even a group of men gambling for a tunic becomes one more reminder that God's purpose holds every thread. And while all of that is happening, another detail unfolds.